Hello and welcome. So I'm making this video about elevated shoulders because my son literally texted me saying that he has one shoulder that's higher than the other. And then he mentioned that he doesn't know if one shoulder is indeed higher or if the other one is being pulled downward. Either way, what I'm going to explain applies both ways. So when we talk about postural distortions, we really need to understand the muscles. And when we talk about muscles, muscles respond from nerve activity. And if a muscle is becoming overactive, so if we have too much nerve activity for the muscle, essentially that's going to cause that muscle to become over tight. And when the muscle is over tight, what we need to know and understand is they connect to bones. All right. So they connect to one bony part and attach to another. So if we have tightness and tension in our muscles that attach to our cervical spine in our shoulder, what's going to happen is this shoulder is going to start creeping up in this fashion here due to tightness in that muscle. Okay, so we have overactivity in our neck and then into our shoulder. Opposite of that, if we have a shoulder that's being pulled downward, okay, I get this sometimes on my right side, my lats get a little bit too tight on the right side. So what happens is this side can get pulled down. Okay, so we got these muscles. Find out what muscles pull your shoulders downward, and we attack those muscles. So we got the lats that kind of pull us down in this fashion here, and they could get a little bit rotation. So then we need to start addressing and releasing tension in our back and our lats. So it's really about understanding what muscles attach to what joint or what bony parts. And then once we understand that, that's how we can start attacking our postural distortions. That's how we can start finding out what muscles are indeed too tight, because 99% of the time, once you start rolling and releasing the muscle that's too tight, you'll start solving that postural distortion. You may not solve it completely because you still got some strengthening to do and those sorts of things, depending on how long that postural distortion has been present. But ultimately, once you start releasing muscle tension and muscles that are over tight, this happens all the time, you will start to reset and re-lengthen that muscle. Okay, and then your posture will become more neutral and more natural. It happens all the time, especially along the neck and into the shoulder. Okay, people come in with elevated shoulder. We work on all the muscles that are going to attach and influence the cervical spine and shoulder joint. They have attachments there, and then that shoulder just becomes nice and relaxed. Okay, so it applies to all your muscles. Even elevated hip, the same thing. We got to see what muscles are pulling your pelvis upward. Any type of rotation that we have, what muscles are causing that rotation. So it's just about understanding what muscles are doing the pulling, what muscles are over tight, because at the end of the day, once we figure that out, that's really going to help us reset our muscle length and pretty much reverse our postural distortions. That's one element of solving it. The other, obviously, is going to be strengthening. We have to strengthen the muscles that were likely weakened as a result. But ultimately, once you find out and understand that if we have elevated shoulder here, it's likely due to tension within these muscles, the upper trap, or all the muscles that attach and influence the cervical spine and shoulder joint that are pulling it this way. Those muscles need to be relaxed and addressed before we can start seeing some correction in our posture. So just had to make this video fast, just so it's out there and you can get a better idea of how to correct elevated shoulder. It's really not that difficult once you understand and actually start pressing on your neck and realizing how tight it actually is. I'll get a little bit more specific on this topic in another video where I'll dive in and get more specific with what muscles directly attach and influence both of the cervical spine and shoulder joint. So, but yeah, I'll do that in another video. I just wanted to get this one out quick just so you can understand a little bit more about posture and muscles, those sorts of things. Okay, so I will see you on the next video, and thank you for watching.